damn near killed my fun factor. It pisses me off. You pay $200 for a program. The program says, we do all this stuff. Then one feature stops working. Then another feature stops working. And then the mute button stops working. You're back. Good girl, Madge. Yeah. Oh my God. It's like every month something new stops working on that program. It worked perfectly when I bought it. Hey, Audra. Woo. Oh my God. Everything was supposed to be happy and fluffy, and now it's not happy and fluffy. Okay. I honestly have no idea what or if I'm going to be working on stuff tonight. I mostly just wanted to make sure I didn't get out of the habit of streaming. Because you got to make sure that once you start, you don't stop. Especially with the Halloween crafting, it's too easy after a season to go, well, Halloween happened. Not going to get started again till June. Don't want to do that. I am going to lose my friggin' mind with this YouTube chat. First the program doesn't work. I'm on it. Now Twitch doesn't work? Gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. What? Oh my friggin' God. It's time for a nasty letter to these people. Your software is supposed to work. That's why I paid for it. It paid to be going back and forth between my computer and my workstation. Are you telling me I gotta keep clicking this thing? I better not have to keep clicking this thing. This is gonna get real old real friggin' quick. Connect to Twitch. I'm gonna friggin' lose it. I'm going to friggin' lose it. Oh. It's time to write a violent support ticket to the people over at XSplit. Oh. de-stress. Oh. Evening, Karen. How are we doing? Oh, yeah, medication finally came through. I argued enough to the idiots in the ivory tower. Only took almost 2 months, so yeah, finally. I am going to write a really vicious support ticket note to XSplit, though, because this is ridiculous. Their little applets and stuff should be working, not screwing up on such a hugely regular basis like this. When I first got the program, I had to sign in once, and it worked. And now I have to sign in each and every time with almost each and everything except for Facebook. It's just like, come on. Yep, we have the purple for Twitch on top, the red for you guys on YouTube is lower, and the blue for the Facebook is under that. Ooh, I'd love to do wine, Audra, but I'm back on the Casemia, so I am teetotaling. Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that, Pearly. Otherwise, I'd have been stuck on it for a while. And that would have been miserable and annoying, and I probably would have gone just, nope, the gods have said we're not streaming tonight because we have thrown 1,001 computer problems in your face. That means, no. We disapprove of your streaming tonight. It shall not happen. So it's time to clean up the work area, especially after Halloween. I've gotten most of the Witchwood stuff out of here. Yay! We back, Ross. We back. Currently, I am working on just getting this cleaned up. I do not want to have a doity-doity work area. The glow-in-the-dark MX-24 paint worked magnificently on Halloween night. That stuff was glowing like a champion. Incredible, incredible material. Couldn't be happier with how that worked out. I suppose I can throw out these test pieces. I'm probably not going to use them again. Oh, having a black light at Halloween was magnificent. Didn't I already, Pearly? I thought I did. If not, it's MX-24. Whoop. There we go. They sell it in 1 ounce and ½ ounce sample sizes. I like their green. That seems to work the best. Their blues don't carry quite as far, but the greens are really, really, really good. Also, the UVFX paint worked out very well. Also. And the other thing that worked out surprisingly well, all the little symbols on my piece of burlap in front of me there, that was all just me screwing around with a highlighter before haunt time hit. And that was incredibly effective as well. How's it going, Amanda? I have no idea, Tover. I just wanted to not let too much time elapse. Because if you let too much time go by between streaming and Halloween, you get into a rut. Turns into a, oh, well. I do want to show off my new vocal toy. That I absolutely wanted to do tonight. So I'm definitely going to show off my new voice toy. I don't recommend anyone get my new voice toy because it's insanely expensive for what it is, but I am going to show it off because I'm super proud of it. By night, I'm very tired. I am incredibly tired. Yeah, camera's actually not too bad at keeping focus, but it's when you move to the close-up stuff, it has a rough time. Alright, so I have my hot goo gun. Oh, which I would like to. Yeah, the hunt came out very well this year. Everybody who came by was saying it was our best year yet, and we thought it was going to be awful because the rain was coming down, and we knew that when you get rain, usually you get less attendance, but we got mauled. We got more kids than we have ever gotten before. I had to send a couple of staff out, or rather my buddy Don had to send a couple of staff out to get emergency candy halfway through the night. It was way well beyond expectations. I would do a tutorial on my costume, but I do kind of like having it be a little secret. At least want to keep the eyes a little secret for now. They're not hard to do or figure out, honestly. And my costume is just black fabric and burlap otherwise. Alright, so we are not... I kind of like this one, though. I'm going to keep that one. But the rest of these can be trashed and chunked. Chunk, 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 chunk. This is trash. And this is trash. And I don't know if I want to keep this tube or not. I'll think about it. I would guess we probably had around 300 or so as well. If not, then mid 200s. Somewhere in there. This isn't UV reactive, is it? No, not except in the spots that I do. It's a cool symbol, though. I'm gonna keep it for the symbol. There is an okay way to make your tea-cheese torches have green flame. There are not safe ways, and the problem with them is most of them use methanol. And methanol will destroy your tiki torches. I've done it before, and I've destroyed tiki torches before. Sadly. Copper sulfate dissolves in methanol, and honestly, it tends to build up in the tiki torch head. It destroys the inside of your torch. You get a bit of green flame, and the other problem with methanol is it burns too hot for a standard tiki torch. So, there's really not great ways to do it. Yeah. It is ultimately not worth it. Other chemicals that you can do are copper chloride. Copper chloride will dissolve in... I'm not sure. I don't know if it'll dissolve in ethanol or not. But copper chloride is not the nicest chemical to have around. You really don't want to get that stuff on your skin and whatnot for prolonged periods of time. And likewise... it's not a chemical that you just want on your stuff. It's but it'll burn with a nice green flame. It'll burn with a beautiful green flame. Whew. Oh my God, there's a lot of filth around here. Too much filth. Yeah. But there are, again, a number of chemicals that'll do a nice green. You just don't really want them. The closest thing I ever found to a good green fire has been these kind of pre-made flame blasters. They fire straight up. You get these aerosol cans that have the correct amounts of the right type of gases in them, pre-mixed, and you put them in there, and they are self-igniting. You get a gout of green flame about 10-15 feet high. Each can is good for about 20-30 shots of green flame. How you doing, Joseph? You don't want to do, don't do my smoke bombs, but you might get away with my my flash bombs. My flash bombs use, I think, magnesium and barium nitrate. Barium nitrate ain't the greatest of chemicals to have around, but it's a damn sight better than copper chloride. And they're quiet. But you have to be really careful to throw those things nowhere near kids. And the same goes for smoke. And even the times I did use smoke during the haunts, I sent around a little flyer ahead of time saying, hey, I'm using smoke, you know, so if you come out Halloween night and you see there's stuff all over the place, it's not a fire. I let people know that pyrotechnics would be in use. Cool, yeah. You got to be very careful with haunt pyrotechnics. They're fun, they're amazing, they are incredibly ambiance-wise, and they're a great way to get rid of looky-loos. If you got way too many people in front of your haunt and they're stopping other people from coming up and getting in, you blast off a good smoke grenade and all of a sudden the house vanishes. And everybody kind of breaks it up and moves along. Alright, I'm going to sweep the last of this into this impromptu garbage bag. And I'm going to show off my new voice tricks. And then I'm probably going to find something to work on here for a little while. Probably going to paint the monster bottle. I really want to make sure that this area doesn't have to be super clean, but it can't be disgusting dirty either. I wish I had a bigger brush. Why am I saying I wish I had a bigger brush? I have paintbrushes all over the place. I'm sure I can contrive to get a brush. There we go. Okay. So there is a bunch of garbage cleaned off and in good shape. That's much better. All right, time for new toys. So this year I was the designated candy hander-outer person because I ain't so fast on my feet anymore, and we did not have an otherwise designated candy hander-outer person who showed up when the haunt started. We had somebody who was interested, but they came a little late to the haunt. So I decided to take that role over, as my other staff are also quite good at stalking around, and I usually have to park my butt for a while every now and again. The downside with being the candy hander-outer person is that it tends to be a talking role. You can't get away through the night being silent, which is what I normally like to be. I normally enjoy being nice, creepy, silent. Way back in the day, I used to employ a voice changer for this role. The problem with voice changers, if any of you have ever used them from the Halloween stores, is that they are these cheap $10 to $12 affairs which crackle and pop and fizzle and sound very mechanical, and I hate them. I own one. I don't use it anymore. I don't like it. It's annoying, and it got me to thinking there must be a better way. Somebody out there must have made or come up with something far better for voice changing properties. And I went online and I found it. I found the Vocal Performer VE5 Boss and a $30 speaker. And this thing, oh my God, let me give you a little sample. It's all battery powered. So this is Hollow 2, and I'm just going to increase the volume a bit.
Here, that's a little too high. There's a little bit better of a taste of a little bit of more professional voice modification. And this gizmo can change your voice any one of 1,000 ways. This one is my spectral modification. It's got a lot more reverb and a deeper, hollower echo. This one is my evil whisper voice modification with a little echo, just to piss off the machine. So this one I plan on using. Well, suffice to say, I wanted some more extensive voice modification that doesn't crack and pop and give you stupid annoying feedback.
And then I made a creepy, high-pitched one that I call the outsider, for when you need to just bark and snarl at them. And that'll make those noises.
And then I'm just kind of screwing around with some other voices for funsies, because I can.
And that's it. That's my little quick repertoire of voice modifications. This thing is normally designed for people who do songs and other voices. So it's for stuff like this is its bright voice, deep voice, arena sound, cathedral sound, ensemble. So it's for singing stuff. But yeah, this is something that was probably never intended for this sort of work, which I decided to really modify the hell out of. It has like robot voice and electric tuning, distortions, and it's got an old-time radio voice to it. So it does all these effects. But it's battery powered, it's portable.
And as far as I'm concerned, its job is to make Halloween far more spooky.
But that's my my toy to play with next year. It came in absolutely after Halloween, which was fine. Yeah, you definitely can make a transformer on this thing. Absolutely, completely. But I bought the portable speaker. The unit itself is not cheap at all, and I wanted a really, really good quality headset microphone for it, because if you get a crappy microphone, you're going to get a crappy sound. So this thing gives me almost no feedback, and it's a neodymium unit. So that's my my happy little purchase there. And now I'm going to put it away because I don't want to get paint on it. In fact, I have this box right here. I put all the pieces in this box. And at some point, I am going to get a box for all my costume bits, so I know right where they are every year, and I don't ever go missing pieces of them. And it's all super contained. Oh. Alright. No way, Razdoc. That thing is way too expensive. Not a chance. That was a pricey piece of equipment. That was my Christmas present to me. Right there. Oh boy. So, seeing as how I really don't have other projects waiting in the wings here. Yeah, I bought some turquoise paint. There it is. intention of working on that. Whew. I've got a little bag that all the components will go into on the night of Halloween. And I'd love for there to be some other haunted events, or maybe this summer I will take the opportunity to try to get out to some sort of haunt convention where I can screw around with that gizmo. I really don't want that thing to be I use it for 4 hours every year kind of thing. It was entirely too pricey to be a low use object. I want to get some more out of it if I can. There we go. I think I'll kibitz with the monster bottle because I haven't touched it in a long time. I'm just tired. Work's been taking the piss out of me lately. Really exhausting. I'll bring it out again later, Angela. It is my super new voice modification, ultrification unit of super maximal amazement. Woo! It's a pocket full of awesome. Pricey awesome, but awesome. It's super, super, super worth it. Because again, I hate those little $10 voice modulators. They just do not do the job at all. Speaking of not doing the job at all, I'm a little worried that if I just paint this, I am not going to get anywhere near enough shading effect on this. I might need some sort of an ink or a stain wash. Very, very carefully applied. This is just giving flat color to the monster bottle. And one of the whole points of Witchwood is it gives not only color, but texture as well. I don't think a dry brush is going to cut it like this. Whew. How's it going, Devil's Gate? I know I've never messed around with spider webs too much. I got a buddy who's, well, he really doesn't like spiders. I definitely want to Witchwood a gravestone. I have several gravestones that I need to make. In fact, I made it a point this year, since I was doing the streaming, to throw out several of our old gravestones. In fact, pretty much all of our old style gravestones. It's one of those, okay, you gotta make them by next year or else we're gonna be many gravestones short. If you're doing this streaming thing, get to it. So now I have to make them. Pardon. And that does not disappoint me in the least. The problem with the Witchwood gravestone is that if I make it, it cannot go out for the entirety of the season, because I will panic. Witchwood does not tend to hold up to water very well, from what I've seen of it. I do still need to try a stain and sealer combination thing, but I am deathly afraid that if you had a witchwood tombstone out there, or a tombstone with witchwood on it, it simply would not hold up to weather. You've really already got one, Danielle, honestly, because once you do witchwood, the technique is always the same. If you've done it once on any project, you know how it works. And from there, the only trick is just tweaking your method. Oh, how to construct the tombstone? Oh, yeah. Well, I've already got a tombstone tutorial out, but it definitely needs some tweaking now. Because in it, I used a Dremel, and at this point in time, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I would always use a hot tool. Good stuff, Burley. That's why I stream all over the place. Oh yeah, those, Joseph. I've seen people make those before. Haven't done them myself, but I've definitely seen people make them. Yeah, my advice on tombstones after making my initial video is use a hot tool, for God's sakes. Don't try to carve it out with a Dremel. And if you're lucky enough to have a good hot tool, use it. If not, then get yourself a cheap wood burner or a soldering iron and use that. I really want to do the boarded up windows. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did my hot wire cutter is repaired. I'll have to screw around with that some more. I've never thought about doing a haunted house, honestly. I just do the yard haunt because I don't own my own house. If I was involved in a haunted house, I would consider adding witchwood effects. Witchwood is not something I would want to do all over the haunt, because the time it takes, you would either need a whole bunch of people who know how to do it to band together and spend several weeks doing it. And the other problem with it tends to be the fact that it needs sufficient lighting to be adequately appreciated, and in most Halloween effects, you're just never going to get the degree of direct lighting to make it look as good. I am working on my witch bottle, Lucas. This one is one that I did a while ago to show that you didn't always have to do it with wood effects. This is the monster style bottle, and it's got a little glow to it. And I'm just adding some color to it before I give it a wash with some other stuff. I don't really do the tiny house thing, quite frankly. If I can't use it in my haunt, I don't really work on it. If you want to see somebody who's done something amazing like that, take a look for a gal named Sharon Ajala. She makes these gnome villages who are like, oh, they're just incredible. She does phenomenal work. I'll have to clear some of this paint away on the glass with a little knife later on. And it's going to need a stain. I'll have to make up a little, probably a food coloring based stain. Maybe I'll brush on a little silver or gold for some starlight effects. Oh, I'm definitely thinking with you guys that tombstones are going to be the next step. I'll have to warm up on one or two standard stones that are a replacement for my old ones, and then do a couple of more special stones. I got to do the ones for my haunt character, and I gotta do the ones for my buddy's haunt character. Cool. I very well might. I would like to see more lighting inside my tombstones. And I probably will do several more that have those string lights with the remotes, or some puck lights, because those remotes were phenomenal this year. When I wanted to activate my scene, it was just grab the remote and click, 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 and everything was on, and it was the color I wanted. And that was just great. And I would love to be able to do a similar trick with, like, alright, time to do the tombstones. Click on green, on blue, on red. Boom, boom, boom. And I also have some of those remote string lights as well, which can be done similar. Have a good one, Devils. If I have the budget, which I surely will be setting aside, I'm going to be doing those nice battery-powered remote lights when and wherever possible from here on out. They are simply too great in their utility value to not use. I've never tried making a fake barrel. I don't know if honestly I would use one in my haunt. We tend to go with heavy hay bales and pumpkins. I can't imagine they'd be terribly hard though. I mean, making a styrofoam wood board is very, very easy. Incredibly, incredibly easy. My associate Joe Olaco, who runs the Franklin Square Horror on Long Island, does wood boards all the time for his haunt to great effect, and all he uses is just a piece of styrofoam and a soldering iron. Doesn't take much to get those looking good. It's all down to the old, you never believe this was just this and that. My hay bales go to become archery targets at school every single year. I don't bother trying to keep them. Put them outside, let them get rained on. I have worked with balsa wood on many an occasion, though never for haunt projects. Always for like science bridge building, airplane building, things like that. It's light, it's relatively cheap, however it has the structural integrity of a feather. There you go, Asdot. That way you can at least shut the door and keep the mices out. If you're so inclined. I actually didn't get hay bales this year at all because we knew it was going to rain, and I did not figure and feel like carting hay bales around after Halloween, nor did we want to move sodden hay bales around the haunt or sit on them or set them up. It just seemed like way too much effort for the return. How's it going, Joey? I'm also kind of tempted to do a free stalking haunt character tutorial for people who are helping out at a yard haunt. We had a fellow come in this year to just kind of assist us, and he was having fun and a great time, but he didn't really know what to do or how to stalk the folks. He got like one good jump scare in, but otherwise he was kind of standing around the rain for a lot of time, and I was like, come on, go get him, go get him. And he wasn't quite sure of the measures to take. So I thought it could be kind of handy just to have a little, if you're invited to help out at a haunt, here are a whole bunch of acting tricks that you can use. Nope, ours is pretty straight up. We only have the one house. And it's just a walk. Plus, this year was rain, so normally I have them walk around the house, so they have to go through more area. but this year there was just too much rain. Trying to remember that one video on YouTube where some animal got a piece of pumpkin and just loved it, and it kept making these cute little squealy noises. I can't remember if it was like a beaver or something, but this animal was so thrilled to have a pumpkin. Or it was a raccoon or something. Throw them on the Unhallowed page, Joseph. Yep, toss them right on there. I'll share anything you guys toss on there. Provided there's ones around that want them, Joseph. Hey, Stacy, how's it going? I'm gonna grab some cider. I'm a little thirsty. Not kick over my expensive voice box. Oh, apple cider, apple cider, apple cider. Oh, there we go. I'll never forget the videos I've seen of the hippopotamuses eating watermelons. They eat them whole with minimal chewing. For me, apple cider is just the staple of the season. Alright, I'll make sure I put this on me without getting paint on myself. Only time I do soda anymore is when I eat out at a restaurant. Maybe once or twice a week. Unless I'm munching my blueberry soda, which is awesome. Yeah, hippos are incredibly vicious and territorial. Yeah, Honeycrisp apple cider is very good. I know the next time I make an apple mead, I want to use Granny Smith apples, so that rather than transmitting a mellow apple flavor, I transmit a more tart apple flavor, which will stick with the mead longer over time. Because I've made an apple mead before, but after a while the apple just becomes almost untastable in the flavor spectrum. I'm thinking Granny Smith's will stick with it a little better. Good stuff, Razduck. I'm actually wondering how many Twitch people I'll have over this year pop in to go, hey, you know Halloween's over, right? I'm guessing over the course of the year I'll have 6. I know I'm not. Yeah, Granny Smiths retain their flavor through fermentation and cooking processes a little bit better. Nice. Christmas witch bottle could be awesome. If I was to do a Christmas witch bottle, I would probably find a way to paint the glass green, get a whole bunch of different colored gems to be my ornaments, and I would have the light inside just be white. That way everything would light up Christmas tree colors. Yeah, for me, I'd still definitely go with Granny Smith's. I'm with you, Gift. At least I plan to for this year's shenanigans. Yeah, I can use an alcohol ink. I should try messing with those at some point. And the only way I'd use a green or orange bottle for a Christmas, well, and assuming you were even talking about that, I was just thinking a green bottle for a Christmas tree witch bottle, or a Christmas, I'd make it a Christmas tree witch bottle, but I'd only do that if I could scrape the green off the sections where I wanted my ornaments to be, because I'd want them to be different colors. Of course, realistically, if you got a multicolored light band, you could also do witchwood. You could have a double stack. You could have a puck light to light your fluid, then you could have another light underneath that would be like an ornament light strand, just to take in a wrapped circle around, which could be your Christmas tree lights on that. So you could have a double light effect. And that could be effective. We bought 3 more totes this year for Halloween crap. Oh. There we go. Oh. I really want to play the Midnight Syndicate Christmas music on the channel. If only those stuck-up buggers would contact me back. Christmas has enough help on its own. Christmas doesn't need me. Halloween needs me. You guys do your thing. You show me what you came up with. I'll be happy to see it. I'm I'm not at Christmas. Alright, gate. I think I've done all the gates the right color. Yes. I'm probably going to want to mask these central eyes. Agreed, there are always thousands of ideas. That is what is wonderful about it. Always new things to do. I kind of like that. Can't ever go wrong with purple. Echo, turn off craft light. There we go. Just gonna wash up my brush. Back in a sec. More brush water. Pardon. Ooh. Watermelon-y goodness. You have fun with that, Stacy. I'm gonna do more pumpkins. Oh dear, dear. I'm gonna stay spooky 24/7, 365. Witchwood bunnies. Echo, turn on craft light. Oh God, Caleb. Paper mache pumpkins out the wazoo. Tombstone's costume. The giant flaming headed scarecrow that I welded together. The coffin doesn't count because I had the guys in the carpentry shop build me that. Oh, what else? All the Witchwood stuff, bottles and orbs. All the tutorial videos. So much stuff. Oh. Nope. Not going to convert me. The only other thing you might catch me doing on here is, I'll admit, if the Christmas mood really bites me in the butt and sinks its venom deep into my soul, I might do something Christmassy. But the chances of that happening are minuscule. But you might also catch me doing something Norse in here. Nah, it still wouldn't work. I actually don't even like zombies. Weddings are crazy, Joseph. Just elope. Alright, so I think it was Angela was asking what I put away when she came into the channel. And because I love it, I'm going to pull it out again. This is my new Halloween voice solution. because I hate, and I do mean hate, those awful crackly $10 Halloween voice costume boxes. So I spent a flippin' fortune on one of these. So if you're still around, Angela, this is what this is. I'm going to turn on the speaker and show off my new wide array of Halloween voices. Because this year, I was the candy hand-router. And the candy hand-router has to talk. And normally, I don't talk when I'm in costume. But the $10 units crackle and pop and sound like garbage. And this is not a $10 unit. This is a significantly more expensive device and gives you a lot more options.
Tons more options, in fact. And it can make you sound 1,000 different ways.
And you can constantly play with the voices and make new things. I've been playing with these several voices to just be creepier when I have to talk on Halloween night. I'm probably only going to use the first 4 voices or so. But this gives you a seamless, no cracking, no popping nonsense. And it's a lot more adjustable. There we go. That's my primary, just base evil voice. And this will be coming out of the speaker, which will be mounted on my chest. And I'll be able to speak people a lot better. You could probably make a Darth Vader with it without too much trouble. You add a little bit of flange effect. Most of these things are variable, and if you spend enough time kibitzing with the settings, you could probably make a very good Vader. My birthday is actually not on Halloween. I set it to that, though, because I was getting sick and tired of the happy birthday requests on my birthday from people who would not know what my birthday was, nor care what my birthday was if Facebook didn't tell them. So I said, screw it, it's Halloween. Surprise! Yep. This is the device to make me into the great and powerful Oz, and it's all battery. That speaker works on a rechargeable internal battery. The actual voice modulation unit works on 4 AA's. It does have a DC input as well. And yes, I did buy a separate headphone or headset for it. This is a not cheap head unit because I wanted the speaker to be very, very good. Whew. Nice. I don't think I would want my birthday to be on Halloween. You're like, what's your present? I'm doing it to myself every year. Yep, I bought all those things from Amazon. including a piece I didn't think I'd need. And I didn't need. Alright, what am I doing now? That's right, I want one of these guys to be purple. Well, I mean, come on. Cowardly Lion, what kind of conversations are going to have? I'm scared of this. I'm scared of that. I know. You're scared of everything. Tin Man. So, you like chopping wood? There's all kinds of wood, you know. There's beech, there's elm, there's maple. Of course, you can probably say that about the scarecrow, too. I like corn. You like corn? At the moment, I like masking tape, and I'm looking for mine. Oh, dear. Masking tape, masking tape, masking tape, masking tape. There it is. We're gonna mask it a tape. There we go. I don't think I'd ever use these vinyl gloves very much. Oh, God. This downstairs dog never shuts up. It's all carbon. You're welcome, Stacy. I think it's a pity. For some reason, they keep getting pits. They had a pit down there a while ago, and this is like a young pit. It's just, I don't know. I'm not really a pit bull fan. I know it's all the, oh, this is the, you know, people make the monsters and they love stuff. It's like just, I prefer a happy lab to a pit. Scissors, here we go. This one's a younger dog too. Probably ought to just give this one a curve. Yep, curve was the way to go. Nice. I haven't seen The Wizard of Oz in quite a long time. It's been a bit. I'm actually wondering when the next season of The Expanse comes out, now that we mentioned sci-fi. Game of Thrones next season comes out in August or so, I believe. Last season. So that eye is covered. I remember when they had Face Off on. It's a very interesting show concept. I honestly didn't watch it myself, but I thought it was a very interesting concept. Makeup artists usually have a very awesome time creating their cool characters. Yep. Oh, not gonna mask that one anymore tonight. Just gonna work on the other one for a little bit. I do not. I'm gonna need some inks. If there was some sort of infallible instrumentation that can actually pick up, register, and prove the presence of ghosts, I would be more inclined to sway that way. But it's all anecdotal, impressional, and this seems to indicate this, and this seems to indicate that. I will post a good graphic regarding that, though, in the Facebook channel. Oh my god, dog, shut up. The house thing is dead. This house has got to have flood insurance. There is no way around it. It is an extra $100 a month on any mortgage payment, and I am not prepared to handle that, so I killed the house deal. Yeah, I agree with you there. This dog is getting annoying. I don't know if that dog is outside right now or down mountain below. Oh, I'll probably house hunt, yeah. See if anything new and interesting comes up. There's a place over on Beach Street that I like, but I have a distinct impression that it may be a case of very old wiring. One of the hilarious things is there's another house that came up. Now it's like the house actually goes for $285,000, but for some reason, when it hit Zillow and the real estate places, it came up as $49,900. I looked at that listing and I went, no. 7-bath, 6-bedroom house for $49,900. No. Called the realtor, couldn't get him, so then I called his office. It's like, you know, maybe you know about this house. So, oh, this realtor is handling this house. Like, no, you can help me with this house. All I need to know is this true or not? I don't want to really bother the realtor because I'm guessing this is a screw up. And oh yeah, that. Everybody's been calling in about that. Yeah, no kidding. That would be nice. I'm tempted to get like a dog whistle or some sort of super high frequency screamer. See how this mutt likes it. It sounds like the dog's outside. I don't know. Shut up! See if the downstairs folks take the hint. Oh. I don't necessarily care if he's outside at this hour. It's just one of those. You know, if your dog's constantly barking and you live in a house with somebody else, a little courtesy. Yeah. This is a nice enough little dog, just I'm just not in the mood right now. Though it is 10:56, so I think as soon as I dry out this cap full of paint, we'll call it a night. Tomorrow's Thursday. This week, thank all the gods, I have a long weekend. Which I sorely need at this point. Some little brats at school are just getting tiresome. Have a good one, Joseph. Oh, that's the end of that cap. And we're coming along with the monster bottle. That would be nice. It would be nice. I kind of feel bad for the landlord. I really wanted to buy the house from him. He really wanted to sell too. If not for that stupid flood insurance, we'd have had a closing date. Yeah, it's a little inconsiderate at 11 p.m. at night. Well, the dog's stopped now though, so hopefully the pup's inside. He's a really young dog too. Just a little past puppy. Alright. For another sip of cider. Okay, so we need to do, what's this? This is witch bottle recipe stuff. Oh. Let's look at an agenda for projects here. Kind of just working on the monster bottle because I needed something to work on tonight, and most of my stuff is. We need to do some gravestones. I want to do a pumpkin with witchwood. primary witchwood focus. Pumpkin with witchwood. I want to do a pumpkin sentinel. Or just a creepy groundbreaker. I want to do a cauldron creep. I want to make a an Oak Lane Cemetery style cauldron. Those are amazing. Alright, it's gravestones, pumpkin with witchwood. That'll probably be one of the initial projects we do. Pumpkin sentinel groundbreaker, Oak Lane Cemetery cauldron. I gotta finish up 2 pumpkins in here. One of them's gotta get sent out to Letitia. Well, probably that one. And yeah, so that's going to be our agenda. I got another gravestone in the other room that I'll start a practice on. It just needs lettering, stuff down the side, and then painting. That'll be in good shape. So yeah, we're on our way back to Halloween. Back to Halloween recovery. Screw around a bit. We'll see if we can film some other stuff. I really want to film a witchwood pumpkin. I'm going to need a lot more cotton for that. A lot more cotton. And I want to get myself a really big, expensive mixer that will be able to knead and mix paper clay for me. Because my drill is okay, but it's a pain in the butt. I would love to just throw all the parts into a big industrial type mixer, flip that thing on, let it just and do it up. So that. Alright. And with that, it's about 11 o'clock. Witchwood pumpkin over paper. Oh god, yeah. It's going to get an undercoat of paper clay, 100%. And then we're going to have some rises and falls to it, and then we're going to accentuate those rises and falls with witchwood. I'm not going to build the primary oscillating structure out of witchwood, because witchwood is a great overlay, but you can't. Yeah, I've looked at some bakery mixers. The problem is they're hideously expensive. And I really don't want to drop $1,000 on one of them, but I'm not above it. If I plan on doing this a lot, and I do enjoy doing this a lot, so we'll see. We'll see. Alright, and with that though, I am going to call it a good evening, because it's well 11:03 where I am, and I am 1, tired, and 2, I gotta work tomorrow. So thank you all for joining me once again. We are back on track. I hope to stream at least once a week, and hopefully twice a week, maybe up to 3 times. You know, if I could find a going out of business bakery shop that had that, I would be so stoked. It would be awesome. But yeah. So, not everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me, and we will catch you next time around, which I hope to be, probably this long weekend. Oh, and if you stick around long enough, I will throw on the brand new thank you for visiting screen. Goes in the fridge. Oh, stay tuned for it. Echo, turn off craft light. Hi, kitty cat. Come on.